Hello, guys. Welcome to our podcast. You should already know who I am because I am the host every week. But if you don't, I am Jeanette.
My name's Leo.
I'm Will.
And today we'll be interviewing a stuntman and getting ready for my movie that will be shot either next week or the following. So,
Alright, I'm Will. I'm a stuntman. I don't know where to start from, or where to go off from here, though. What do you want to know about me?
I want to know why stunts.
Well, I guess as a kid, I always wanted to be a stunt double. There was always three things I wanted to do. I wanted to be an army man, I wanted to be homeless as a kid, and I wanted to be a stunt double. I've never been homeless, but I've been a stunt man, and I did basically everything on that checklist now. So now I just got to find a good job as a stunt man. So I'm just working my way up there. Why stunts? It just seems cool. That's really it. It just seems like a cool thing to do.
Have you ever hurt yourself?
Yes. Yeah, a lot of high falls, jumping off of things. You've probably seen there's either boxes or airbags under you when you land. The airbag is like a bouncy castle, but it gives a lot more bounce than a bouncy castle because it's got to cushion you as you fall from like 50 to 60 feet. So a lot of times it'll bounce and it'll give you a lot of whiplash. So if you do, say, even just 3 and you do one landing wrong just a little bit, your neck's going to feel real bad. You can obviously hurt yourself in a lot of other ways, but that's the way I've hurt myself the most, is just giving myself a lot of whiplash in the neck. Sometimes you'll feel it a month after. Other than that, there's times when you've just been like punched in the face when you mess up fight choreography or something, but that's definitely one that everyone needs to be used to if they're going to be a successful stunt person. I think that's most of the injuries that I've had on me, at least.
Worth it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Very exciting life.
I hate pain, so that would be terrible.
Yeah. Most people always have at least a couple of different painkiller pills.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is that what you have as well?
Not usually.
No? You're like, I'm
gonna tough it out, and then I regret it the next day. Usually. High falls is when I started getting that whiplash, is when I finally started taking some painkillers.
Yeah.
Because it does hurt. But usually I don't.
Do you get like a sick pleasure from doing this?
I get excited. I get excitement from it because you're doing some very action-packed things throughout the day. I wouldn't say. Yeah, it's just exciting, adrenaline-filled, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's mostly it, and everyone says you're cool.
Right.
Whether or not the people on set believe you're cool is a different story. Some of them get big egos. I'm the big stunt man, so we try to avoid that. Luckily, I don't think that's ever been me though. So, yeah. But I just do it because it's fun.
Does it help you cope with life, or does it give you more stress? I'm just trying to understand the chemistry of.
It can definitely give you more stress because you constantly have to go from one city to the next. Thank God I'm not in LA, because sometimes they'll want you from one side of LA to the next, and it's like a 2-hour drive just to be an extra in a film or something. I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible, but I gotta get myself out there.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely causes some stress because you gotta worry about what kind of stunt you're doing. Am I prepared for it? Do I have whatever I need for it? Am I even gonna be in the final cut?
Right.
Pleasure, I haven't gotten a lot of that yet because I'm not a successful stuntman. I'm not very successful. I'm just starting out. But I think everyone I went to school with to be a stuntman they've been very successful. They've had a very successful time. But I started trying to get my stuntman, I've been trying to get out there a little later than them, so I'm behind most of the other students, but a lot of them are in Guardians of the Galaxies and all this other, all sorts of crazy stuff.
You're here with me.
Yeah, I'm starting late. A lot of people start out doing small films and they work their way up as they build and network around. But it can be stressful. I don't get a lot of pleasure from it, but I'm trying to make this a real job, as most of the other students have. That's pretty much it.
And how would you consider yourself? I finally did it. What would that look like for your? I finally did it.
Once I'm either in SAG-AFTRA, which is a union that all the big stunt people in America are in. Once I'm there, and once my IMDb profile has an actual picture that I didn't upload. Those
Got
two.
it.
Those two.
Okay.
And I can actually pay the bills once I get there.
Yes.
Once I can pay the bills. I guess that's the big one.
Paying the bills.
Yeah.
That is big.
Yeah.
That's huge. What's the biggest struggle you have faced either in your career or individually?
Ooh. As a stuntman, biggest challenge, just finding work. There's a lot of people that want to be stuntmen, and I'm just another one to a lot of them. A lot of people don't go to school to be stuntmen, and they somehow get the job for one reason or another. So sometimes going to school to be a stuntman isn't the best, or it's not always as helpful as I want. But sometimes, a lot of times, it definitely gives me a big upper hand because I've done a lot of stunts already that other people have never done, and they have to just figure it out as they're doing the job. But I've already got it figured out. I just need to like get in there. Biggest. What was the other question?
Like struggles either personally or in your career.
Biggest struggles, personally. I drowned as a kid once, so I very much hate water, or swimming at least. So I'm very scared to do stunts with water, and it seems like most stunt people have at least something that they're very scared to do. Fire burns, car hits, or high falls is always one of those three. But for me, it's anything like involving falling off a boat and the boat drives over you or something as you're deep underwater. I can't do that. That's a big one for me. I think that's probably.
You said you drowned? You almost drowned?
Yeah, it was in a pool. So it's a long story, but.
Gotcha. Were you by yourself?
No, someone stepped on me and they stomped on me when I was on the bottom.
Oh, that explains the boat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get over it, but I'm still very scared. I can float. I can do that much in a controlled environment. I'll try and work on it one day, but I don't have a pool near me.
Right.
I'll work on it eventually.
Well, there's one outside. I'm just kidding.
Let's go.
All right. Leo, do you want to ask him anything?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, was there a stunt that you were ever unsure to do, but you did it anyways, like one specific one where you kind of looked at it and like, you know, unsure about doing, or, and like how long ago was it?
So all my stunts were done in the summer of 2021. That's when I did school to be a stuntman.
Nice.
I think flying through a window. Basically, someone had to Spartan kick me, and I had to go launching through a window, and the window was like the size of like a box, like that. I played a bank teller, and I had to just jump in the air, and he would launch me forward, and he had to kind of just direct me, and I had to just trust that I was going to go through the window. I didn't want to hit the back of my head. I had to tuck in like this. Luckily, we made it work, and I didn't hit my head, and it was fine. I think one thing I was very scared of doing was when we started doing a lot of high falls. Because when I first started going down on the airbags, you get that whiplash, and it definitely gives you a bad feeling. But I was able to overcome it, I think. I learned my limits about when I should probably stop doing high falls. Because there's all sorts of different ways you do high falls. You go backwards and do this little flip, or forwards, and do all these different spins and twists and all that stuff. And that definitely can literally move your trajectory from one place to another, and you could like hit the side of the airbag and still hit the concrete. And once you start to deviate from your target in the center, it starts to get a little more uncomfortable. So I think I started to realize I can't do every high fall I want to at certain heights, so you gotta kind of limit yourself. I think every stuntman needs to have that kind of knowledge about themselves, about their limits. I think I struggle most with that. I'm not the best drifter also. I can get my car, whatever car you give me, I can give it and just kind of put it in place. But if you want me to do like some Tokyo drift, I'm not doing that. I can try, but I'm not that good. I can slide into a spot, kind of. Give it a wide berth. I'll figure it out. That's probably what I struggle with most. Yeah.
I have another question too. Was there anything you watched or like someone in the world that inspired you to, like you saw something was like I want to do that or I want to be a stunt double?
Mad Max Fury Road.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, it's a good movie. There's a very specific scene when they use a lot of semi trucks in the desert, and they like flip them, and it's like this bumper cars to the max. There's a scene when this semi truck is being flipped over, and there's people on top of it, and they're all going flying off of it into the dirt. And when I learned those are real people actually being launched in the air, I was like, bro, that's the coolest job ever. So that was definitely a big part of it. I think a long time ago, Disney Channel, they did a lot of behind the scenes stuff, like Foley artists and sound effects, and I thought that was really cool. And they showed a little bit of what stunt people do, so I think that put me on the path. And then just some like war films just like really intrigued me because like people like doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So I thought, like, yeah, that'd be a pretty cool job. I want to figure out how to do that. Now I think I've got it mostly figured out.
Nice.
So, when I first met you, I mentioned that I just met, God again. Is God in your life in any way, shape, or form, or?
No, I was never raised religiously in any way, really. My neighbors did. They would bring me to church mainly for like Halloween or Christmas events,
Right.
which you just go for the treats as a kid. So
Right.
I'm not very religious. I'm not really religious at all. So my parents are a little bit, but I think it just helped them like with stress in life, and they just kind of go in and out of it, I think.
Gotcha. So, you don't believe in a higher power?
Well, I like to think so, but my mind isn't like 100% convinced. I'm one of the people that try and be all scientific about it. But if we were able to prove that like there was a much higher power, I would be like more than open to it.
I respect that.
I respect your.
And also like, there's too many signs for me to like not believe there's a higher power. But if we can agree to disagree, I'm all for it.
Yeah, we're all
Neil,
human.
do you have anything?
That's awesome that you say that you like you have an open mind about it, at least, not just like throwing out the window, but that's just because I do believe in God personally, but again, doesn't mean we can't sit here and learn from each other at the end of the day too.
We're all humans, just living.
Just living. That big just living. There's only billions of us, and
we're figuring it out.
Yeah. We came from somewhere though. Definitely not aliens.
I don't believe it.
Any other questions?
Yes, I wanted to ask how you two got in contact.
I Facebook.
Facebook.
Cool.
A casting call group.
Yeah. Nice. Well, since it's your film, I wanted to ask about
our film.
Excuse me. Our film. What inspired you to get into like directing or in film in general?
I love entertaining. I always believed that I have a great calling, and I just found that calling, I just like entertaining.
Nice.
There's nobody that I'm really look up to or anything like that, unfortunately, yet, but I just like I said, entertaining, and God has made me, has made it very clear that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and inspiring people in the process, and in hopes that God will get all the glory in the end. So,
Amen to that.
how about yourself?
Well, I love to write and draw growing up. I would sometimes, like write my own stories and stuff. So that was one thing that I guess, I appreciate. I guess just being a part to have a say in maybe how the story may be able to go.
Mm-hmm.
And to be next to you guys right now, director and a stunt double. I never met a stunt double. I always just see
Right.
take place where you see them take pictures with the main actor. They kind of look alike. So hopefully I have an actor that maybe looks like a doppelganger or something, or maybe not. I don't know how that's gonna look, or doesn't matter. But
We'll have him
Yeah.
on. We'll have him in this movie because I like your passion,
Thank
your
you.
talent. I want to give you work, and I'm gonna talk about something that normally people don't talk about. But what is your price range? What will be like? Yes, I'll work with you if you pay me.
Well, it depends a lot on the stunt. If you were union, you'd probably get about $1,000 a day just to be on set. Obviously, I'm not expecting that at all. The fact that I'm getting paid at all is already pretty nice. Price range, I really don't know anymore. I would just start haggling with you if I could, but I'm honestly good with whatever. You got a passion, so this is my first film of the year, so yeah.
Let's make it happen. Whatever. How does we'll say 100 for the day.
That sounds good, yeah.
All right, but you heard it here first. If you're union, it would be $1,000 a day.
Not including adjustments.
Right, and people don't believe me that I say certain scenes or certain time ranges. This film could easily be over $2,000.
Dang.
If I cast every character and the DPs and the editors, the editor alone cost me easily over $700.
Dang.
Actors, anything from 200 to like 400, depending on how expert they are. But yeah, making a movie is a lot of money, and but like I said, the budget is like 2,000, right? My job as a producer, well, one of my many jobs is to cut it. So if I can cut like even in half, which a lot of my friends are gonna help me with this.
That's
so
good.
We're it's not gonna cost me that much, thankfully. God is good. He's blessed me. So you're the first on.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're the first, and Leo, of course, but
Of course.
he's been part of it. And if you want to be an actor in there, I'll let you be an actor.
I'll do
too.
whatever you want me to.
Oh, that's the perfect answer. So you guys learn from him. Yes to everything, because that's your way to the top. You have to start bottom, medium, and then you get to the top. Right?
Yep.
yeah, just grateful just to even.
You are blessed, my friend. You are blessed
Yeah.
to even have a friend that does movies and you
Yes.
like get to hop on. You are blessed. That's all I gotta say. God is blessing you. So.
I'll be blessed. All of us. Even
Oh,
our cameraman.
definitely the cameraman. Welcome in, our
Hey.
special guest. Another one.
Did you start?
Yeah, I started.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's all good.
You
I'm
have a seat that I could
just running a little late.
have a seat. I'll
I got
Go
I
ahead.
brought contraband.
What?
Contraband.
What's contraband?
Like candy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, do you mention you had props or something you want to show
my
us?
stunt gear?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
can go
yeah.
over that, yeah.
No, I don't want to take your spot though.
No,
like,
please do.
I could sit on. I could
Come
squeeze
on,
in
come
here. I could squeeze on the
He's,
bed.
he's shy, so
Okay.
he doesn't mind sharing
Yeah. No, I brought some candy.
candy.
If you guys like
What kind of candy?
edible candy.
Weed?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm good, thank you. We should have not even caught that on camera. Anyway,
It's
you're
California,
gonna.
who cares?
Right. It's legal everywhere. Like it happens.
Thank you for your thoughtfulness.
Yeah. No. Offer's still here.
What are you gonna do in this film? Are you gonna help me behind the scenes? Or you
I was gonna ask you, like, what do you need at this point?
I need everything. So I
Yeah.
got my first hire.
Hello.
He's my
Nice.
stunt man, actor, and whatever I want.
Nice.
So-
This is gonna be fun.
And then Leo is gonna act for me, and then you're gonna be one of my actresses, probably like the main female actress,
Yeah.
which is called the lead.
Right. That's cool too. And if you get another girl and she wants to be lead, that's cool too.
Okay.
Like if we find it like one of those pretty little, there was a girl that would have been a perfect like villain that we worked with for
Right. She's not answering my hints, so I can't chase her. I tried, but
Right. Right.
life happens. So
Yeah, no, people are busy and got
Yeah.
stuff coming up.
yep.
This is like a perfect tool to help some of these people
Mm-hmm.
to like build up some just screen time
Credits.
in general.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
when you're applying for positions in the acting field, people will ask you, can you send me like some of your work and like send me like, you know, audition, and it just gives you a little bit of something to build up your portfolio.
Credibility.
Right. So I look around. I was gonna ask you about this because I was like, when I joined that, there's a FB group
Uh-huh.
for actors and models and like casting call for the Bay Area,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like reclined to this like modeling position
Mm-hmm.
for like a catalog, and the people are like almost, it's kind of creeping me out. Like I almost don't trust it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds like too good to be true, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's just weird because they're like, first they're like, okay, it's gonna be on this day.
Uh-huh.
And then they change it around. They keep changing the time. They're like, oh, well, we have to book this place near your area, and we're just trying to get it like lined up. And it was gonna be today and tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was gonna be tomorrow and the next day, and then now it's gonna be like next week and the weekend. And I'm just like, what? And then, okay, so then the payment thing is weird. They're like, okay, you get $550 total for the whole 2 days, which is not bad. But then we're gonna send you a check, $1,700, and you have to cash the check and pay half of the money to, like, you keep $250 and pay the other half to the stylist and the other half to like the makeup artist.
Mm-hmm.
And I've like never done this before, and I've never heard of that kind of thing. It almost reminds me of like how the like Cash App scam people are like cashes.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to figure out if it's legit or if it's just somebody trying to. But it was in a real like FB group
Uh-huh.
online, so I'm like, can't be.
If you have to pay for it, sketch, bro.
Yeah.
I think sketch, but I could.
Yeah, no, I've never done modeling before. And I'm like, it's hard to even get a good picture of me, to be honest. It's really hard. If I keep my mouth shut and like turn my head to the side, it might be okay. Suck my stomach in. But the rest of the stuff, I'm just like, like it's always like an awkward face and just not a good. But with acting, like I have so much different, like, you know, facial expressions and different, and even for podcasts, like I have all these different things that I start to like talking about. So it seems to be my niche at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Did you bring an instrument?
I did bring my bongo, but I was like, I didn't carry it in because I didn't, like, these people were all staring at me and I didn't want them to be like, oh my gosh, she's brought her like bongo with her. What the heck is this crazy looking lady doing here? So I do have it. I could go run and get it if you want, but.
You need help?
No, I don't need
Okay.
help.
Yeah, we appreciate that. We need some entertainment up in here. Oh, by the way, before we continue, I have my editor, Ben, and my videographer, Phil. So we have
For the movie?
Yeah, for the movie.
Okay.
So we have a videographer and we have an editor. So
Cool.
I think I have so far 3 boy actors and 1 female, and I think maybe 1 more female that I have to cover, and we're done.
Yeah. If I could
It's ready to go.
try and snag one of my friends, I will.
Also, we were discussing location. I had a plan of making it near here, and I guess we can't do it near here because it's a part of the water system. So we might have to. We're finding. We gotta find a location. Is what I'm trying to say. Do you know any?
So you're looking for like a pond, a lake, a ocean?
An ocean, definitely an ocean.
An ocean?
No, I'm just kidding. No, since it is our riding, and I think it's gonna be hard to get red lights into water. We might just do it on land, in some park,
Yeah,
on the ground,
yeah, no, I mean,
and buy a fog machine. Fog machines are less than $50. I can buy it, no problem.
yeah, I was thinking about that, how you can, like, if you get like a red tablecloth and then like some like heavy bricks and stuff, and like
Heavy
a
bricks.
light and like reflect like a bright light, like, and like not put it in the water but put it like right near and get it to reflect some of the red. Maybe it might give off a red effect if the water is low enough. I was thinking maybe, or just getting like some like red clothing and kind of like bunching it around and like throwing it in there. Red stuff
Yeah,
to make it look like red.
red.
Yeah, because I mean it's hard to get a red light in
Right,
water
right,
if you don't
right.
have like a waterproof light.
Exactly.
So that was as much as I could really
I'm not against any of these suggestions. I just don't want it to look
like fake.
like fakey. You know, I'm trying to make this look like a movie, like
Right.
something you'll watch on Netflix or like a box office. You know,
Right.
like cinematic.
What about like red food dye in the bathtub? Too bad Halloween Superstore is not open because you can get like blood, like fake blood, you know? They have like these little fake blood tablets and you just drop them in the water and they like fizzle. You might even be able to order some on Amazon.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. And just like maybe take some side shots of a bathtub somehow or something, or I don't know, maybe find somewhere you could fill with water and just
Like I said, it doesn't have to be water either.
yeah,
You could just do
Yeah.
it on land.
we can make like a fake blood kind of thing.
I'm for it. Tomato
Yeah.
juice.
Mm-hmm.
We could talk more about that later. You want to show us your
Yeah.
What your
Yeah. This is my stunt bag. Most people use some type of sling over duffel bag, doesn't matter. It's a bag that carries stunt gear. This is an Oakley Icon Pack 2.0, it doesn't matter. Got 2 pockets on the side. I use this one to hold little snackies. And I also hold mouth guard. This one is very used, and I just keep it in a little container. Always want a mouth guard if you can have it. This one just has like random personal possessions, glasses, allergy medicine, whatever. First aid kit in the middle just because. But there's usually an on-site medic when you do high-profile stunts, anyways. These are knee pads, pretty self-explanatory knee pads. This is, I don't know, it's one of these things that go around your waist. Typically that helps for like if you get punched in the kidneys or something, or if you do like a lot of stuff, you can wrap this around you and then stick more pads under it. Like you can literally just grab a knee pad, stick it between you and the waist strap, and you get a lot of extra cushion so you can like really get punched. When the main actor wants to be a super macho and punch you at full force, it happens. So this one I say for other actors in case they don't bring their own stuff, because they never do, and they always rely on the stunt person to give them free stuff. So
It makes you look skinny too.
it does.
Start working on that.
It does, and it makes you sweat a lot if you put it on bare skin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wear them.
Wear them.
These are elbow pads. Should be pretty self-explanatory. They go just over like that. Super nice. Freeform. I think a lot of stunt people use it, among other brands. Very nice. This is just spare clothing because sometimes you get dirty.
This is like Bear Grylls here.
So this is my belly wrap. I've never cleaned it, so it still smells new. Surprisingly, I've used it a lot.
Febreze it.
Sweat cleans it.
And then
Really?
these.
I mean, it's just salt.
So
Butt pads.
yeah, basically
Bicycle.
just for the waist. A lot of stunt people will use them for use ones designed for motorbike or snowboarding or something like that. Most people use it specifically for the waist and the tailbone, Because if you do a stair fall and you hit your tailbone on the stair, it hurts. Yeah. If you break your tailbone, you can projectile vomit, and that just is not a fun time on set. Makes a lot of people do a lot of extra work cleaning.
I did that before. I bruised mine.
Yeah.
As a kid, it's painful.
Yeah.
Really painful.
So, yeah, this is one of the cheaper ones you can get, but it gets the job done for me. For guys and girls, I think it's very important to have one that can have a cup in there, because a lot of times you just never know. Sometimes you'll be laying down and they have like some comedic thing where this big sharp thing lands between your legs, and the rigger who sets up the thing that falls might not have like the most accuracy, so it still hits you. And yeah, just wear a cup if you're able to. So I don't have a cup with me though, but I'm sure you can imagine a cup. And then this is my favorite piece. This is the body armor. It's got these special gel things where they're all flexible and stuff, but when you hit it, it gets super like hard and stiff. Nice protection. You got a bunch in the back so that you can do your stair falls without like your vertebrae hitting every single step. I believe this is for like motorcycles or bikes or something. It's got some type of motorcycle slide road rash rating. I got some breast cover things right here. And then of course it's got a built-in little waist strap thing here also that you can also use to slip in more pads, or it just helps keep things tight. And it helps this from printing under your clothing, because they can do that a lot, especially with this armor. I have a very thick version of this armor. They have more discreet versions, but I went for more protection. So sometimes if I wear just a t-shirt, you can see the outline of this printing under my shirt. That's mostly it. Pretty simple. It just zips up and then just tighten it up with the Velcro on the strap, and you'll be good to go. Put your costume over it and you're good to go. I like it. It's very expensive, but it's really nice. It breathes really well.
How much did you spend on it?
300.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's one of the cheaper versions.
Man, that is expensive.
Yeah.
One of those things.
So some of the things I don't have would be fire burn clothes, which is basically, they call it Carbon X or Nomex, which is just like a material that's super expensive. Super duper fire resistant. They make like flight suits out of it, so if like an airplane catches on fire, the pilot is less likely to be caught on fire and they can do stuff. A lot of race car dudes use it, and so obviously stunt people use it too when they do fire burns. Those are also kind of expensive, like $50 just for like each piece of clothing. And typically you have, I guess, at least 4 pieces of clothing, 2 pairs of pants and 2 pairs of shirts that go on you. That'd be like $200, and it's a disposable item. You probably get rid of it after a while. I don't have those with me because I just don't have them.
But you have them.
I
You own
don't.
them?
Not anymore. No.
Oh, okay.
I want more, but I just don't feel like buying them because I don't see myself doing a fire burn. I wouldn't do a fire burn if I wasn't, unless I was union, because that's a lot of liability.
Gotcha. Can you
Dangerous.
actually, you keep mentioning union, non-union. Can you briefly go into that?
So union is, so in America they have SAG-AFTRA, Studio Actor Guild or something like that. I don't remember what AFTRA stands for. It was a bunch of unions and they all merged to SAG-AFTRA. It's basically like a union, like any other, like a coal miner union, the whatever taxi drivers unions.
Mm-hmm.
This one is specifically for people who are on film. And I guess they've started merging with another group of people that do film related stuff but are behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty simple. It creates like pay rates, which is what the stunt people want.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously helps with benefits and all this other stuff. It's kind of complicated, but to join the union, you have to basically you either pay your way in. I believe you can pay your way in now, which is like thousands of dollars, and no one wants to do that. When you can just be in a union film like Mad Max or Star Wars or something.
Big production.
Yeah, big production films that have all the money. That would be a union film. They would probably almost always just hire SAG-AFTRA members. If you're not a member and they like you enough, they can do something called tafting.
Uh-huh.
I believe you can just Google that. But basically, it means they just invite you into the union. When you're in the union, you do have to pay you pay your dues every year. I don't remember how much it is, like a couple $100. But when you're like, say, a stuntman that gets $1,000 a day on set, that's literally nothing.
Right.
You can also get vouchers if you're in multiple films. That it's kind of complicated, but if you're in multiple films, someone can vouch for you, and they can give you like a literal voucher. And if you get 3 of them, I believe it's 3 right now, then you can use those vouchers to simply just join SAG-AFTRA and then pay your dues as soon as you can. And they also help make sure you get paid, because a lot of producers, a lot of stuff happens in the film industry. You know, they're moving millions upon millions of dollars, so a lot of times they just simply miss a paycheck for you. So a lot of times SAG-AFTRA has got your back. You just call them, hey, I didn't get paid my whatever. I worked from here to here at this time and whatever, and then they help you figure that out. They also regulate who can be in films that are with SAG. So say like a small film cannot have a SAG-AFTRA member in it. They have to be in SAG films only. There's a few like exceptions and stuff like that, but for the most part, if I was to join SAG, I would never be able to be in a small film ever again unless they hired SAG-AFTRA and like did a bunch of that stuff.
So you're not in the union?
No, but that is what I want. Yeah. That's what I want. That's what most stunt people want. Some people purposely don't want to be in the union because they have freedom to do whatever they want. And SAG-AFTRA being a union, they obviously have benefits and stuff like that. And some people want different benefits. Some people might have started with like their retirement before they joined the union and they just want to keep with their own plan.
Mm-hmm.
So some people just don't do that. There's obviously plenty of work that's not SAG-AFTRA. A lot of commercials aren't. So a lot of times people will just not be SAG and find tons of work doing the stunt stuff for commercials and small Netflix shows that aren't SAG, because Netflix has both SAG-AFTRA union and like small stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how many films have you been like stunting in?
0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just starting out. I've got one small film.
This one.
Okay.
After this one, I got one more.
All right.
I'm just gonna be an
That's
extra.
a start.
Yeah.
All you need is 1 or 2,
Yeah.
and then like you'll be rolling down
Yeah.
some hills.
I'm gonna advertise this movie. We're
Yeah.
gonna take this to the top.
And I push it. Like I push these
We're gonna
like
push
on
it
my
for sure.
on my live streams and
Nice.
onto other people. I'm like, watch this video. I send it to their DM like 7 in the morning. I'm like, what?
It's our grand opening to the film industry. This movie right here.
Heck yeah.
I'm dead serious.
Hope it's a good start.
It is. It's gonna be. I will work for it, definitely. Anything else?
I think that's it. I think that was basically everything in my stunt bag. I showed all the good stuff. Oh yeah, another thing is to bring a helmet. A lot of times, they want you to do something like, let me just kind of practice this real quick. Might not realize, like if you say you do a stair fall, there's like, you know, they put like some rubber thing on the edge so people don't trip, but so that hurts you a lot more, believe it or not. Since it hangs over, you can get caught on it as you go and do like weird stuff on it. Sometimes there's just like nails sticking out just a little bit, so a helmet is a good idea. But I didn't bring one today. I didn't feel like I would need it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You got the armor. Got the waist wrap. You can literally just buy these on Amazon or Walmart. Another waist wrap. Another thing, I said this one is for extra people that might need it. It's a good idea for stunt people to carry 1 or 2 extra knee and elbow pads because the actor wants a knee pad from you. Not going to give them the good ones that cost like $50. So you just give them like a $10, $20 pair and just say keep it because it's going to be all sweaty and they feel good getting free stuff. So, yeah.
That's just a human thing, though.
There we go, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's it. That is it.
Knee pads are good for twerking.
True, they are.
It sounds like you have a personal experience with that.
No, I mean, like I do dance. Dance is dance. It's an act too.
Yes, definitely.
Whatever dance you're dancing
Yes.
is an act. And it happens that like these sexy dances get more attention and more views and more money.
Right.
And like sex sells, period. But no, there's formats in fitness, like I work in the gym, where it's an actual format that you pay money to learn twerk. and you get these knee pads and you do this stuff. It's kind of like raunchy. It's not fun and good for your hips, like, and your knees. Like, you're on the floor, like, it's hard and awkward. Okay, there's heels. Like, you get these heels, and it's not that dancey either, because the heels are so high, and you're kind of just doing all this, like, stuff like that, like, moving your hair, like, wiping your face on the ground kind of thing like that. And, like, there's a pole class. There's pole.
Uh-huh.
Where, like, you go and you learn, like,
Pole dancing.
And this, like, it's actually, like, it takes a lot of, like, upper body. Like, everybody can't just climb up that pole and, like, swing around it and make it look elegant like they do. There's a lot of, and I was thinking, because, you know, it's March Madness, and you know, there's a lot of male sports. Men are, like, dominating in sports, and women don't get paid as much in sports.
Right.
And, like, but women have these, like, things that they can do to make more money. And, like, I mean, there should be, like, a stripper, like, sport, or, like, a heel sport, or a twerk sport. I mean, men are getting paid, like, thousands of millions of dollars to play football, basketball. And then women, like, we don't, like, what do we get volleyball, and, like, in the United States, the basketball is not paying women as much. So, like, I'm just saying, like, it's not always that easy for women to make their way through sports and be, like, paid equally for stuff that a lot of men are doing in the sports industry. But I don't know. It's fun. Dance is fun. So
it has never been one of my talents.
no.
Believe it or not, even though I'm Mexican, which
Mexicans
Mexicans are known
love
for
to break it
dancing.
down, man.
Dancing and soccer, I didn't
I'm not
conquer them.
soccer.
I didn't
I'm not a
conquer
soccer
those
person
things.
either.
And I don't feel any shame. It's okay. You
Yeah.
know, if I skipped out on the dancing gene, that's okay with me. I hear it's very fun and liberating, but dancing for me is, I enjoy watching it. How's that?
That's good. Like, I you know what? I always tell people, like, life is a dance. Like, we dance our way through life. And people are always saying, like, oh, I don't have any rhythm. I'm like, there's rhythm in everything that you do. Like, every day, you're like, wake up, go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep, go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep. Like, there's rhythms in different things. So just, I'm
like when you're expressing your movements and stuff like that,
Mhm.
it's definitely a form of expression.
yeah, for sure.
Dancing, just like singing, just like acting,
Yeah.
stunt,
Mhm,
stunts,
mhm.
all of it, yeah.
And it actually goes with most sports too. Like, there's a lot of dancing and pivoting in all, like, in basketball and football and even soccer. There's like, you're doing a kickball chain, or, like, you know, pivoting. So it's, dancing is like a
Or those tricks with the ball. You know?
yeah,
Or,
exactly.
with your head and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Dance is all it's in everything. So that's my thing, is that,
It's very powerful. I never got into it.
yeah, no, I get
You
it.
you most likely get me to write a song. Maybe even sing, even though I can't sing
I can't
to save
sing.
my life.
I couldn't sing either. Like, I have a deep dude
But
voice. I'm like,
I'm willing to at
I
least
can
give
rap
it a
better.
shot, you know?
You
Even
should.
even rapping.
I would
I
rather
wrote a rap too.
I could rap better than I could sing.
But
It's
you
weird.
gotta be willing to challenge yourself artistically.
It's true. To come out of your shell, to see what you can do and make, like, build character in yourself. You got to come out of your comfort zone and be able to try different crafts and different things. So yeah, it's good to don't limit yourself. Like, never limit yourself and be like, I'm not gonna do this, and I'm not gonna do this, and I'm never ever gonna do this, unless it's something like, you know, I'm gonna
bad or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. You gotta, like, if it's a good thing that can benefit you, you gotta keep your mind open to it. So that's where I'm at with most of these things. And I pretty much try all, like, beneficial things. Anything sporty and fun.
Anything else you want to talk about
Not that I can think of.
yourself?
I don't think so. Although I did do dance for all 4 years of high school, which was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of dance?
We did a little bit of everything. I remembered a lot of the ballet.
Square dancing.
We did that too a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, do I see a collaboration
There's
happening?
not a lot of male dancers around too.
I'm not a good dancer anymore. I'm
Uh,
gonna say that.
no,
It's a
dancing is like riding a
feminine-
bike.
Yeah.
You no, like I said, it's an act.
Mhm.
It's an act, and there's a way. Even if there's a feminine move, like say you're doing a booty pop, right?
Mhm.
And you're like, you got your hands right here, and the girl's booty popping. Like the guy, like if you see a man that's just so secure with his own masculinity, and he's like full blown in a booty pop, but he's like smacking the air like that is like a man like making the dance move his own. You know what I mean? It's a way of presenting, like you said, it's an expression of who you are and how you're gonna present the dance move. So I do think that, like, okay, twerk came from men.
Really?
Yeah, if you like the men that are twerking, like there's a lot of videos on YouTube of men like they're like, you know, like the Chippendale and Mushroom Mike and like all the they're the like originators of twerk, is like the guys with their oiled up and like body rolling and like
I actually can believe that.
yeah. So that came from men, and there's a lot of masculine men dancing movements. So it's not all feminine, but I see why you would say it's feminine, because there's a lot of feminine movements to it. But I don't see it as a I see it like as everybody should be dancing, because the ladies like a man that can dance. You know, they do. It says something
We
about
could skip that on my end. Because then they want me dancing, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah, no, and too, like, you know what, I can see, because at first, like, I probably would never want to dance, but I think that, like, we got to get used to ourselves. Like, for a while, like, when I looked at myself on camera, I didn't like the way, I couldn't take to look at myself. I couldn't stand my voice. And
I still feel that way, honestly.
and that's part of the reason, like, we are here. And we're who we are, and we can't change that. So I say we have to like love ourselves.
We can, little by little.
Yeah, exactly. And exactly by what we're doing, watching ourselves and viewing ourselves and seeing and trying to present ourselves better and better each time, you build your character in this way. So dance has taught me so much in that way, like, and how to like push and keep going, even if you don't like, you know, get the routine, or you don't get dancers in your class, or like people don't like your music. Like eventually somebody will like you, and you know, you learn so much from watching yourself even dance. Like if you're hunched over and you're like balled up in your fist, or you're like not looking.
You know what? I'll be honest. Hearing you talk about dancing, you know why I don't like to dance?
Why?
I'm not confident in my body.
Exactly. And that's what I think we do need. Like as women, we're like, our bodies have more fat content than men, and we birth children. We have breasts, we have hips, we have butt, and like there's these group of women that are skinny and starving themselves, and they're like getting implants and doing all this stuff, and they don't even look like who they really are, and it's creating like a negative thing for women who have real bodies. Real women have real bodies. There's stretch marks, cellulite, flap.
I feel it, but let's be honest too. As girls, as females, we like skinny men with abs, or you know, we like.
Yeah, we do.
It is
Just
what
for
it
the-
is. We like the boys, you know, guys.
I mean, in
or
another
women.
10 years, that skinny guy is gonna have a pot
Right,
belly, and
right.
like it's different.
But let's be honest.
Yes,
We'd
it's
rather
true.
watch eye candy.
It's
It's
true.
just human.
It's true.
But then you grow up and you learn it's all about the personality. But that comes afterwards.
Yeah. Then I've been telling people like to pick something that they like about themselves, instead of being like, oh well, I don't like my voice and I can't stand the way I'm hunched over and my fists are like, you got to be like, well, I like my eyes, and you know what, I'm happy to have curves and be like a sexual person. Like all our lives as women, we're told like, don't be sexual, don't show your breasts, don't have sex. If you have sex with this guy, you're gonna be a hoe. Like you can't like show your legs this high. Like you can't, don't have your belly button out. Like in the end, like we need to be able to be sexual and comfortable with our sexuality in whatever way we are as women, and we shouldn't be.
I'm
like,
still learning about that.
I know.
I'm still learning about that.
It takes a long time.
Yeah.
It takes me a long
and what
time.
it even means to be a woman. I'm learning about that. It's very difficult. I'll tell you that much. But in due time, I will get there.
Yeah.
But for now, it sounds like I need to maybe do a learn or research documentary on like dancing, because I need a. It sounds like something I would want to dive into.
Yeah.
Not dancing personally, but like maybe understanding a little bit more, because I kind of just skipped by it. How about yourself?
He's dancer.
He's a dancer.
He looks like a dancer.
I don't do a lot of dancing anymore.
But I bet you if we turned on some music and like did
Maybe.
like some, you look like you probably could have did some break dancing if you wanted
definitely.
to,
I did a lot
and
of break
like
dancing.
do like some pose and
Yeah, I can do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I could tell like when
Yeah?
people, I could tell.
Okay. Well, you hit it right in the nail because you said yeah. So.
Mhm.
That was me all up in high school.
And this is like a dying craft. Like if you don't, maybe they have some like where they do these like, I guess they get together and people pay a couple $100 and they show you how to do different styles of break. But unless you know somebody that was breaking in the 80s and can like teach you these techniques, like it's hard to even like keep this craft going.
Mm-hmm.
So I just say like if you know break, like you should like be recording it, doing it, practicing it, and it's right up the stunt person's alley, because it's not called breakdancing for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is like women can't do this dance. We can't. Well, there's a couple of girls that do it, but it's called break because a lot of them like they break their shoulder, their collarbone, their
Really?
arm,
That's why it's called
their
break?
elbows. Yeah, a lot of them are like, because they think about it like they're like first you're doing like all this footwork and getting yourself pumped up,
Mm-hmm.
and then like they do these flips and spins and they get on their head and spin on their head and they land on their elbows with their leg in the air and do like all these
Routines.
break dancing
Yeah.
poses, and each area has a different style of break dancing, like on the East Coast and like in California and like all around the areas.
Do they still have competitions, or was that like part of the movie?
I feel like there's still breakdancing competitions around, and that maybe they do try and have like some of these things, but I don't know, because I'm like into some other kind of
Dancing.
yeah.
Well, thank you for bringing dancing up.
Yeah,
Like I
it's
said, it's dying off, so
yeah.
it's not even in my
It's
head.
true.
That was a good topic to bring up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got.
This will be fun. Check out our movie.
Yes, we'll talk more about it next Thursday. So subscribe. Find them. Where can they find you?
I'm Molly the Lag on YouTube and Instagram. MOLLYTHELAG, no spaces in between. Molly the Lag, it's me.
Let me see.
And yourself?
I'm HotPam415 on YouTube, so you can look for me there.
I'm gonna find you after this.
Yeah.
Peace.